On standby. Coming to you, Julie, in 3, 2, 1.
Good evening and welcome to the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net, the most interesting net in two-way radio. Tonight we are live from Studio Vanguard and we are linked in with the following repeaters.
Tonight we have Monument, Noonan, Thomaston, Flagship, Watkinsville, Ocala, Jersey, McDonough, Columbus, Lula, Rome, Ballground, Peachtree, Toccoa, Buckhead, Cades Cove, Mount Roosevelt, White Oak, East Bernard, Georgetown, Ottawa, Fort Mountain, Lookouts Mountain, and that is it for everything.
We're linked in with Monument?
Monument is not linked, but it's one of our repeaters.
We're just going to list them all. There you go. All right.
It's very loosely.
What about
linked.
Peachtree to Cab? Did we mention that one? The Peachtree 625, is that in that list?
I don't see it here.
Yeah.
No, it is.
It is, okay.
Right at Ballground.
All right.
So,
Fantastic.
Perfect.
So if you're listening to any of those repeaters, you probably can hear us.
it's a good chance.
Yeah.
And if you've got your volume turned up.
Well, that does help.
And the Squelch open.
All right, so this net takes place every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. I would like to thank all of you who have made the North Georgia GMRS the most expansive and active GMRS network in the country. Your net control tonight is Atlanta 947, WQYR 514. My name is Julie.
Atlanta 946, WQYR 514. My name is Justin.
Atlanta 557. My name is Ed, WRQ G806.
And this is WSAL 368, Atlanta 263. My name is Rogers.
On the net, you can talk about your day's activities, radio equipment, or anything you think we would like to hear. This is a family-based network, so we encourage you to get your family involved. Guest check-ins are welcome from anyone with a valid FCC call sign. Once the floor is open, it's permissible to address other members of the net by their name or tactical unit number. Your FCC call sign is only required when you sign in and when you sign out of the net. Also, you can tune in to our YouTube channel and follow along. Or even better, tune in after the net to watch your appearance on the network and hear how you sound to us right here in Studio Vanguard. Remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment so we know you are watching. These interactions mean the most to help our channel grow. So tonight's topic is we're going to talk about holiday travel. Let me break. But before we get to that, we are going to move over to, I think, Justin for announcements this week.
Wait, I'm doing announcements?
I think you are. Tag, you're it.
Okay. I've got the wrong episode of the announcements up.
Of course.
Yeah, let's see. Do I have it? I think I just have to open Sesame and get the right one. Right there it is. Okay, so this week, on this week's announcements, in an ongoing effort to find and eliminate the intentional interference affecting North Georgia GMRS and other radio bands and groups, a $2,000 reward has been offered for information leading to an FCC action related to the intentional interference that's been happening on the network. That would go a long way toward upgrading your station. If you have information, please send it to Gary at nggmrs.org or send it to Justin at nggmrs.org. Coming up, the GARS Tech Fest, January 31st. It'll be the first event of 2026 that North Georgia GMRS attends. We'll be there with a table and some. Hopefully, we have some maps. We'll have to get some more maps made. I think. Did we use up all of our maps at Stone Mountain?
I think we still have quite a few left.
Do we think? Well, I don't think we have any of the ARA maps. I think they're all gone.
We have a few. Well, no.
No, the ARA.
Yeah. That's the GMRS map. So we need, and we'll have to make up some more maps. So come on out. Plan on coming out to the Tech Fest. It's at the same place that the Stone Mountain Ham Fest was. So once you figure out where you were for Stone Mountain, just go back there for the Tech Fest. We'll look forward to seeing you there. Next, we've got some lunch gatherings to talk about. So first on the list, let's break. First on the list is the Kennesaw Gathering. They will be having their next Meet and Geek on Tuesday, November 11th. That's out of order. The next one is, what is the date today?
Today is
The 13th.
13th.
The 13th. So that was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Who wrote this?
I don't know.
Oh, my golly.
It's
When
the
is the next one? Do you know off the top of your head?
I believe it's next week. Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday?
It's the second Tuesday of the month. So that would be...
So it's not November 11th?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not mentally here. We had that yesterday.
Yeah.
We had that yesterday. It went great.
Yeah. What was on the menu?
Well, the salmon, unfortunately, which is 848 and 849's favorite, is no longer as good as it used to be. But there's a lot of other offerings that went over well.
Fantastic. All right. Well, one of these days maybe I can crash to that event and have lunch with y'all.
We talk about that, but we've just never made it work.
No, it's tough to do in the middle
It's
of the
hard
week.
because it's during the week.
Yeah.
So
But if you want to crash the next event, which will be the second Tuesday in December,
yes, sir.
it won't be November 11th. It'll be December something or other. Second Tuesday in December. Just remember that. Bring your radio or your mesh-tastic programming issues, and you can discuss that, and maybe you get some help fixing, reprogramming your node or your radio. Just let Ed know if you're planning to bring a device or a radio, so you can be sure he has the right firmware, software, cables, etc. For your device. And just reach out to Ed. What's your email, Ed?
WRQG806 at gmail.com.
WRQG806 at gmail.com. All right, very
right.
good. And so just let him know. The Peachtree Corners Brunch Bunch is meeting the third Saturday. How do you say that? Saturday. The third Saturday of every month at JR's Log House in Peachtree Corners on 6601 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. Always a fun time. Saturday, November 15 will be their next. That's this Saturday, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, we're not going to be here.
Oh, we're not going to because we're
Traveling.
We're traveling.
That's right.
Oh. Okay. We're not going to be there, but Pamela and Ernest will be there. Rogers, you're going to be there, aren't you?
I'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, so there'll be a good
Awesome.
turnout. Come in, enjoy the JR's Log House. Let me know what you think about the food at JR's. I hear it's always a tasty meal. Please send an email to skygazerpamela849 at gmail.com so that they can save a spot for you. I got to do this. There we go. Okay. Send an email to skygazerpamela849 at gmail.com, and they'll save a spot for you. And unless you'd rather stand, that was an option for Eddie, right?
Yeah, since he couldn't sit on all four legs of the chair.
We made him stand
Yeah, we
at
did.
the restaurant. Yeah. Terrible parents.
Yeah, we are.
The Northeast Lunch Crew will be having their monthly lunch gathering in a few weeks. Wednesday, November 19th. Yeah, that's right. That's next week. November the 19th. Still the usual spot, the Roosters Cafe in Dahlonega. It's at the usual time, 11 a.m. And they always adapt their schedule around the holidays. So come on out. NG GMRS and NGARA members and future members are welcome. For more information, contact Bobby, Atlanta 403, or Gainesville 44. That would be Joe. Reach out to either one of them for any additional information. The Chattanooga Radio Luncheon is going to happen November 21st. I believe that's a Friday at noon at Champy's Restaurant, 6515 Ringgold Road, Chattanooga, Tennessee. And that's all the lunches. So next we have you heard about our latest project? That's going to be the North Georgia Amateur Radio Association. It's just getting underway. We have 5 repeaters on the air now, with 2 more by year's end and 3 to deploy in 2026. You must have an amateur radio license to become a member, but if another radio mode interests you, then visit NGARA for more information. Finally, just a quick program note as the holidays approach. There will not be a net on Thanksgiving or on Christmas or on New Year's Day. So just for planning purposes, we'll let everyone know not to expect us to be on the air. We will all be enjoying time with our families, just like we're going to this weekend.
Yeah.
In our traveling adventure. So, all right, are we going to talk about our traveling adventures?
Do you want to talk about our traveling adventures?
Well, so the plan is we're all going to meet at an Airbnb
In Myrtle Beach.
In Myrtle Beach.
That's right.
So we've got family from Michigan, we've got family from Florida,
From Alabama. North Carolina.
Who's coming from North Carolina?
Your son,
Oh,
Jordan.
yeah. Yeah, he's going to be there too. Yeah. All right, North Carolina. Yeah. So and from Georgia, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So we're all going to meet and hang out there. Some. Oh, excuse me. Well, that snuck up out of nowhere. Sorry about that. Some are flying. Some are driving. Jordan's probably going to hitchhike. Is that's about right, isn't it?
It sounds about right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So various modes of travel and transportation. It'll be interesting, the challenges that some have in navigating the various transportation portals.
I was concerned about my brother and sister-in-law who are flying from Michigan. They have a layover in D.C. and then heading into South Carolina. However, I am pleased to announce that they have arrived. They are there, so we'll find out if they had any adventures in the meantime. But I was really thinking they weren't going to show up to this event, which the whole event is for my brother. So it looks like they made it.
Fantastic. All right. Well, that's good news. Now we have to see if we can make it. Because, and that's the other complication, right? With all the airline cancellations and reduced schedule and stuff, that's probably going to put a few more cars on the road.
Absolutely.
And we're not really in the peak part of holiday travel, but we're kind of in that season. So we'll definitely be...
I was concerned about Jordan renting a car.
That's why he's going to hitchhike.
Because he actually said it's secured. He's due to pick it up. So that sounds good.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So is he old enough to rent? Our kids are old enough to rent cars.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
Wow.
We're
Man.
getting old.
Man. Okay. So that's the game for tonight. So I think with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and take additional check-ins. I got to find my log, though, before we do that. Is that right here? Looks like it is. So let's continue on with additional check-ins. We'll take check-ins from any repeater other than Flagship. Net Control standing by.
This is WSCN 925, Chattanooga 59. Tim from Dalton. Check me in and out.
This is WSHN 839, Chattanooga 32, Scott and Rossville, Georgia. Checking in and out.
In and out.
Yeah. kill the repeater.
Still on lookout?
Okay, let me go ahead and acknowledge those two check-ins that we did here. We heard Chattanooga 5-9. Tim in Dalton. Was Tim in and out? I didn't mark him that way. Tim, I'm going to leave you as checked in for now. We'll figure it out when we get there. Also, Chattanooga 3-2, Scott in Rossville. Also got you checked in the log tonight. I didn't hear anything after that. So if you checked in after Scott, would you please try that again? And we'll see if we can get you checked in.
This is Atlanta ROE368 Dale. Good evening, everyone. Check me in and out.
This is WSG at 735, Noonan 40. I'm having problems with the Noonan repeater. I don't know if I'm transmitting, but I'm not able to receive on it. So I don't know if that's on my end or yours, but have me check in and out, please.
This is Atlanta 409 WSHE 275. This is Chris. My first check-in on the net, new to the GMRS.
Nice.
Grayson. Where's Grayson?
It's now
South.
south. Area down there. No, Grayson. No, I think it's me. Well, there's a Grayson. Now I gotta find out.
All right, Net Control is going to go ahead and acknowledge Atlanta 870. Dale in Norcross is in and out. And right after Dale, we heard a check-in come from Rome with no audio. It was like a dead key, just coming from the Rome repeater, no audio whatsoever. And right after the Rome check-in, we heard Jersey with just buried in white noise. So those two check-ins, I've got placeholders in the log, but I don't know what to put in there because we weren't able to make any of that out. Next, I heard Noonan 40, Orestes in Palmetto. Understand you're not able to hear on the Noonan repeater, but we did hear you make your check-in, Orestes, so we've got you in there. And hopefully you can follow along on YouTube or another repeater and be able to monitor through the night. Also, we heard Atlanta 409, Chris in Grayson, Georgia. Chris's first time check-in, so welcome to the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. And stick around. We'll call on here after a bit. We'll talk a little bit about holiday travel. Let's continue on with check-ins from any repeater anywhere. Net Control standing by.
WSFR 920 Atlanta 306 George checking in, checking out.
This is
Didn't catch it.
This is K4CUA, WQMN 346 Atlanta 510, checking in and out.
This is, for the third time,
WSJN 275, Atlanta 313, checking in and out.
I think we got 313, don't we?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Steven. Rome 36. I'll bet that was our.
Oh, you're right.
I'll bet that was this guy up here at 43.
Yeah, you're right. 313 is a duplicate.
Yeah, that's okay.
Go ahead and add Atlanta 558. She's watching at home.
Who else do we have from YouTube?
Where do we have the YouTube one?
Come over.
Can I pull it up?
Well, yeah, I'll sort through some of that here in a little bit. All right, let me go ahead and acknowledge what we have so far. We've got Atlanta 306 George in Loganville. George, it was great to meet you at the Hamfest a couple weeks ago. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. We heard somebody try on the Buckhead machine, and it was just full of white noise. We were not able to make out that Buckhead check-in. But then we heard Atlanta 510 Greg in Woodstock is in and out. And Atlanta 313 Stephen, we've got you in here. Actually got him in here twice. So Stephen, we've got you in for sure. And Rome 36 Jeff in Silver Creek. Jeff, I think that might have been our earlier Rome attempt with no audio. But we got you in the log tonight. And by way of relay, we've got Atlanta 558 Denise in Kennesaw. YouTube folks, we're gonna have to figure out how to. Actually, I'm just probably gonna have Ed talk about his holiday travel plans while I go through the YouTube chat to see if I can find our YouTube check-ins from there. So, Ed, do you have any plans for holiday travel throughout the rest of the year?
Well, nothing for Christmas yet. We're probably just going to spend a local home Christmas. But for Thanksgiving, we are going to be renting a big log cabin up in the Blue Ridge area. So we've got family and friends coming in. We've got family from Alabama coming in, from Arizona coming in, and local family from around here. So we're going to have a good time in the mountains. I'm going to bring up my my ham radio. Now, I haven't told my wife yet, but I guess she's finding out now. I'm bringing up my ham radio and my GMRS radio and set up a little SOTA site up in the mountains and see what I can do. But don't worry, honey, it's not going to take away from family time.
What about the node as well?
I'll bring a Meshtastic node. That is always with me. That's always in my pocket. But yes, absolutely. Nice. I'll have ham, I'll have GMRS, and I'll have Meshtastic covered.
Well, if you happen to lose service for any reason, you get to have a little bit more fun, I guess.
That's right. Ready for anything.
Yeah.
EMP, Thanksgiving EMP won't affect me.
You never know what will happen when a turkey goes in the oven.
That's right.
Well, keep going because I'm only about a third of the way through.
So, Rogers, how about you? You doing anything exciting for Thanksgiving?
Nothing terribly exciting. Next week, I do have a work trip to San Francisco.
Oh.
And a little nervous because of the shutdown and when now we're reopened and travel could be affected. So I think I should be okay.
You should be okay by then.
Now let me break. You got that, Jeff?
Go ahead.
So so just just thinking about that, but all ready to do it. I've been to San Francisco a few times as connecting flights to go to Asia and different places. So I love San Francisco. It's a nice city. So pretty excited about that.
I haven't been there since the last century, but I enjoyed my time there. And bring your ham radios, just in case. You should have a ham radio call sign by then.
Yeah, hopefully, because with everything reopening now, like we said earlier, I was checking my email diligently. So definitely waiting for that to happen. So.
Well, if you get too anxious, just let me know. I can let you do third-party traffic until you get your call sign.
Oh, that would work. I appreciate that. Justin, any good plans? I know you mentioned in the earlier that you're going. Was it Myrtle Beach? It should be pretty. I don't know about the weather, but I don't know. You may luck out.
Yeah, well, I don't know too much about the weather either, but it looks fairly promising. I think it's going to be a little bit chilly on the beach, but I think the plan is to mostly just. It's a great big house, and it's family from all over the eastern part of the U.S. And so I think the plan is to just kind of hang out. We're gonna bring the cornhole boards, so we may do some beanbag tossing, some corn bag tossing, and we've got a duffel bag we're gonna stuff chock full of board games and card games and that kind of thing. We play hand and foot, and it's like canasta. So we play a game that I call Polish euchre. Have you ever played euchre?
No.
Okay, so I guess that's a northern thing. In the south they play other games, normal games like spades and stuff like that.
Up in the north, I haven't heard it.
In the north we play well, I guess maybe it's more the Midwest. Yeah. We play euchre, and there's a variation of that they call. The correct name of the game is Canadian Cabbage. I don't know, that name just doesn't make any sense to me. But if you've ever played euchre, the whole idea between what I call Polish euchre is instead of trying to win hands and score tricks, you don't want to win anything, and everything you win counts against you. So when it comes to losing at cards, I excel at that, and so I kind of enjoy that game.
So in other words, you're a natural at losing.
You're a good
euchre player.
I can avoid capturing the hand. Yes. So I'm fairly successful at that. Let's break. So let me go ahead and acknowledge. I've got just a small handful of these YouTube check-ins, and I'll acknowledge what I have. We've got. Well, I think I've already mentioned Atlanta 558, Denise in Kennesaw. Is that a relay or is that a YouTube check-in?
That is a relay. She should be on YouTube watching, but she's watching on the big screen, so she doesn't have a keyboard to check in.
So we're I'm gonna call that a relay check-in. And then on YouTube, we've got Columbus 25, Peter in West Point is a YouTube check-in. We've got WQAI 363 is a guest check-in from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I think we've seen him hang out with us before. We've got Atlanta 261, Scott in Holly Springs checking in on YouTube. WQQD 705, Chris in Joliet, Illinois. Chris is a former North Georgia GMRS member who relocated to the northern Midwest there. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but I promise you I'm glad to be where we are.
Yes, sir.
But glad to have you along, Chris. Thanks for that. Rome 11, Mark in Adairsville is a YouTube check-in, and Atlanta 18, Josh in Covington is a YouTube check-in. There are more YouTube check-ins. It's just going to take me a little bit to get there. But Ed, do you have the roster up in front of you? Can you see the top of it there? Who do we have coming up next? Looks like Atlanta is it. I don't know that Atlanta 584 is an accurate log. Yeah. I think that's an error. So probably Colt. Once you talk with Colt, will I continue taking some YouTube check-ins?
All right. So Colt, Chattanooga 260, you are first up on the list. What do you have going on in beautiful Dalton or elsewhere if you're going to be traveling.
Well, this is Colt. Chattanooga 260, WSBM 494 from downtown Dalton, Georgia. You know, Thanksgiving, I don't know if we're talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas. Thanksgiving for us is going to be pretty low-key. I'm not going to be doing too much. I've got an 80-meter antenna going in. So that's a pretty long antenna, especially when you go horizontal with it. So that's probably going to be my Thanksgiving Day project. For Christmas, I think we're going to go to the Greenbrier, which is a place in West Virginia, which has a doomsday bunker. You haven't looked into it. Really kind of cool. You got to go check that out. What items will I have with me? I'll be taking my GMRS radio, of course, my Motorola APX 7000, and my vintage, I know it's hard to say vintage, Yeshiva 87 Delta, because I got real big into JS8 column Digi lately. But on top of that, I'm going to take my new custom-built Meshtastic Node. Back to you, Net Control.
Well, that sounds great. I do have one question for you. Part of what you take...
Did you step on?
No. I do have one question for you, Colt. That sounds really intriguing and interesting. But I got to ask you, are you taking that foldable antenna with you? Every time I see it, and I've seen it on YouTube videos and Facebook videos, every time I see it, I can't help but be reminded of that antenna that the day the Earth stood still, the alien Klaatu brought with him, and it looks just like that. Are you taking that with you? Did you hear me? You think?
I think you heard. Go ahead and ask if he's taking that with you.
Colt, don't know if you copied
We
my
just
last...
dropped. We just dropped the Fort Mountain repeater. If that's what he was on, then
okay.
Then we may not have him. But I just dropped the Fort Mountain machine.
We may have lost Colt. So Colt, are you still there?
Let me see if I can bring Fort Mountain back in.
You want to go on or wait?
Go ahead and ask Colt again.
Colt, we may have dropped you inadvertently there, so can you still hear us?
I might have dropped him on purpose.
No, I think we lost Colt, but we'll move on. Next on the list here is my buddy in McDonough, Tim, McDonough22. What do you have going on for the holiday season?
Well, guys, hello, everybody. I didn't really know what the topic was tonight, but my holiday travel plans consist this year of going to Golden Corral and back to get food, so I can load up on some turkey, at least on Thanksgiving. Not sure what I'll do Christmas yet, but all the family around the nation has got other plans to be elsewhere, and some other family things are going on, so I won't have any family in, and I won't be traveling out this season. So just wish everybody else a happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas, and I'll put it back to Net Control.
Well, thank you, sir. That sounds tasty, and know that I'll be with you in spirit. So you go ahead and get another trip to the buffet for me. Don't overeat, but you can eat for two since I'll be there in spirit with you. Thanks, Tim. We'll move on then to Atlanta 313, Stephen. Atlanta 313, Stephen. We got you in here twice. Do you have any news for us as far as holiday travel plans? Go ahead. No. All right. We may have lost Stephen. So we'll move on to take a trip ourselves to the top of Mount Olympus. Dana, Atlanta 250. Go ahead.
first things first, good evening to you, Justin, and Rogers, and Ed. I always forget Julie, so I don't think she's still in Vanguard, but I'm waving a hand at her anyway. Let me reset. I am not doing much traveling. I am next weekend to be doing our annual Between the Neighbors and Good Friends called Friendsgiving, and we're going to be having a little get-together over the neighbor's house. So that'll be it for the Thanksgiving holiday, and for the actual holiday, I do believe I got some cousins coming up, but we'll wait to see if it pans out. Anyway, that's it, and back to you.
Well, thank you, sir. Do you have anything to update us on NGARA net? I hear some people are asking about it.
Yeah, and I think Justin is at the bulk of this. Yeah, there is going to be, I forget who it was that asked the question, there is going to be nets. We're tossing some ideas together and have been for the last several weeks. And we're looking at the very beginning of January to have our first regional net and maybe another net on top of that. But it'll be slow growing. We got to formulate these things and make sure we offer nets with good content and, offer a lot of involvement. So, yes, there will be nets.
Well, that's understandable. We all appreciate good programming like this one. So
we definitely need good programming. We certainly don't need the noise that comes on the air on Thursday nights. We should find good quality programming for the ARA. What do you think, Rogers?
I agree. And it's good to have good quality programming out there. And sometimes we get a little interference, but it's good to keep pushing on.
Yeah, I think so. So we'll find some good quality net control operators, and we'll plug them in on the ARA side, and we'll come up with some really, really good content. I've got a list of suggested topics to kick things off for the new year. So I'll be reviewing that here real soon, and we'll be adding in some of our own. You may or may not have noticed that a lot of the topics are kind of recycled from year to year. We kind of break them all out into what week did we do this and what week did we do that, and we kind of just we adapt some of it. It's not necessarily cut and paste, but a lot of the material repeats. We have so many new members, and there's only so many ideas that I can come up with, and so we may borrow some of the topics that we've used on the NGGMRS and modify them a little bit to fit the amateur radio side, but there certainly will be a Thursday evening net on the ARA side to start off with, and that may start in January, and it might start maybe even sooner than that. So tune in, and maybe you'll catch a trial run.
That is awesome. A lot of people are waiting, so that'll be good. That'll be good to hear. So thank you, Dana. Anything else for us on the net?
No, I can say there. Well, I'm not going to give it away. There's a lot to be discussed, but Justin is very correct. There's some great ideas that have been tossed on the table, and of course he's the chief editor, so we'll have to wait to see what Justin thinks about them, if they're viable, and like I said, have good content and offer even better interaction. So yeah, I think we'll be doing pretty good.
Well, very good, very good. We're all anxiously waiting, so we are looking forward to the first NGARA. It is coming.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dana.
And if anybody out there has some ideas or is interested maybe in hosting a net, let's have a conversation. I can't guarantee that I'm going to put you on the air, but I am interested in hearing what you've got to say, and I'd certainly be interested in an audition interview kind of a thing, and if you've got the material and you've got the presence and you are going to be a good radio host, then we'll certainly entertain additional nets. So and there's room in the schedule for that. So definitely interested in any input that.
Now, for clarification, for the NGARA nets, do you need to be a ham radio operator?
Oh yeah, you certainly do. An amateur license is going to be required for any net operator, and there's going to be some other requirements if you want to be a net control operator. All right, so first and foremost, you've got to have a quality sounding station. If you're out on a fringe, if you're barely making it in, if you're on a IHT, that's not going to cut it. If you want to engage in net control activities, you have to have an excellent sounding radio station. You have to have a great presence on the air, and you have to have the ability to carry on that interactive conversation and multitask to a degree. So I can't multitask very well. That's why you guys are here.
No, this is my first time, so if any mistakes out there, just blame me.
Yeah, well, we're gonna.
But no, that's a good point. And if you meet all the other criteria, but you're not yet a ham operator, then fear not, because you can either do that on your own, or as an NGARA member, we're going to be having some classes, right, and some exams.
That's right, and you don't have to be a member to attend any of the classes. I don't know what we're going to do for classes right off the bat, but we are going to have some test sessions. So we're currently looking for locations and kind of working to build out a schedule. And we should be able to publish some of that information right around the first of the year. So we should have locations throughout the North Georgia GMRS region. So if the location that comes up next is too far away from you, the following month we might have a location that suits you better. We'll figure out some of these locations as we go. We may try a location once and decide that's no good. We're going to do something else. So we're going to be flexible, and we're going to be open to opportunities, and that. Let's break. So the other thing I'd like to make mention of is that along the way, as we're doing these amateur radio tests, there will be no charge. So it'll be done through the Laurel VE, the Laurel VE program. We have accreditation with Laurel, and we'll be using that system for testing. So a couple of the benefits that come from that. Well, first and foremost is there's no charge for any testing. So you can take tests with us as often as we present them, and there will never be a charge. The second thing is that your test is graded electronically. So it's not that somebody is looking through and might make a mistake by using the wrong template or using the wrong answer checking device. Tests are graded electronically, and those tests are submitted to the FCC electronically through the Laurel VE system. So oftentimes, when the government is open, what that equates to is that your call sign sometimes is issued within a matter of a few hours. How long did it take you to get your call sign, Rogers?
Still waiting. So
you're at what, 40 days now? 45?
Yeah, because I took the test Chattanooga Hamfest, and that was I think a day or two when the shutdown first started.
So we're right at about 40 some days now.
Yeah.
And because that was Chattanooga Hamfest was October
3rd and
4th.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're October plus 10 days, 2 weeks. So yeah, we're at 45, pushing 50 days.
Yeah, as soon as I get it, I got everything programmed in. Friday night simplex, I'm ready to go.
Well, I tell you, there's not a whole lot we can do about the government shutdown, but as long as the government is open, I think the Laurel program will be a lot more pleasant for folks to get their amateur license through. So the challenge is, right, if you're getting a technician's license, you don't have anything until that call sign is issued. So even though Rogers is fully qualified to come on the air and transmit, he has demonstrated the right amount of knowledge to be able to make that PTT legal to press. He doesn't have that one little bit, which is the call sign. So if you're already a technician and you're testing for an upgrade, you don't have to wait for the FCC. You can use those advanced privileges just as soon as you have that 605 form signed by your 3 VEs. And, it's electronic today, so I guess it's a virtual 605. But in any case, as soon as you've got that, you can begin exercising your privileges, waiting for the FCC to acknowledge that in their system.
There's something you say at the end of your call sign, isn't it? Like KQ4 WEB, something to indicate that I am general waiting for the call sign.
Let's break. Yeah, what is that, Roger? Is that DE?
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, something like that. I forgot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to say when you were talking
it's on
about,
the test, I bet.
Well, I was going to say when you talk about the electronic testing, all of the examiners or VEs in the room, they could see my answers as I was checking everything off. Everyone had their phone out, and it was all electronic. Like, everyone saw exactly how far down I had it gone, and
that's great.
At first they were like, "Oh, you missed a question." Not missed, but you skipped over. But it was like a little lag with the internet.
Okay.
And then it finally caught up. But I was like, "No, I answered all of them. Trust me."
Yeah.
So that's a neat little system, though.
So that's what they had at Stone Mountain?
That was at Chattanooga.
At Chattanooga, okay.
Yeah, they had a similar one at Stone Mountain. I know from talking to Atlanta 164, who got his technician there. He was talking about the internet being spotty, so it would drop in and out, and he had to go back to make sure that he had answered all the questions, because some of the answers were wiped away because the tablet lost internet. So I've only been a ham for about a year and a half now, but mine was the old-fashioned way, where they had a template and they put it over the test and graded it by hand.
Right.
So this is a lot better.
What we have is an app that's on your phone. And so as a VE, when someone submits their test questions, you use the camera feature on your phone through this app, and it looks at the test, and it knows, based on the pattern of the questions that you've colored in, it'll figure out which test that you had, and then it will grade based on what it sees on that paper. So very highly accurate. There's no chance for human error. Because it's going to just see the circles that you've darkened, and it's going to figure out which test that you were given, and it'll grade based off of that. So it eliminates the situation, like Bobby had that situation where they actually lost his test, and they lost all his paperwork, and they so the very next day they gave him the opportunity to test again. And that's why we joke with Bobby about being the double general extra, because he took the general twice. But,
that's great.
But yeah, we hope to avoid those kind of snafus. And so here's the other thing I think is important here. If you're testing to become an amateur radio operator, I don't want the test to be intimidating. I don't want it to make you nervous, and I know that it's going to for a lot of people anyway. But I want to take as many of those barriers away as I can. And I think the most effective thing that we can do to take those barriers down is to make the test free. You're not investing any money, you're just investing some time. And of course you might have some gas and travel to get there. I can't do anything about that. But I'm not going to take your $15. Let's break. And what is that really? It doesn't cover much of our expenses. So we're not even looking for that kind of reimbursement. And with Laurel, they don't allow you to get reimbursed for testing, even though it allows for it in the FCC rules. The Laurel program doesn't. So they say we're going to offer testing that's free to the public, and I'm all about that. I think that's great. So we'll offer the test for free. If you pass, that's wonderful. If you don't, then please come to the next test session and try it again. And
so do I have the ability, if I pass, say, the technician test, to go ahead and take the general at the same time, or do I come back for that?
No, absolutely. If you pass the technician test, we're going to hand you the next level. If you pass the general, we're going to hand you the extra. And if you can pass all three in one sitting, then that's awesome. I have a few people do. I've known a handful of people that have accomplished that, and I think that's wonderful. It took 5 test sessions for me to get to extra. So I took the general twice, and I took the extra. No, actually 6 because I took the extra 3 times. So
well, that's a great benefit, and it's good that we're talking about that, because I do know some people that are hesitant to not to take the test because they're afraid they're not going to pass, and you have the ability to learn and focus on the area that maybe you missed and take it again. And again, being free, there's no financial hardship, no financial impact if you don't pass it. But just like any other test, I would say study. And when you're consistently making grades that are passing grades consistently like that, then you're ready. Take the test.
Definitely. And, you know, things happen, right? So, like, when we were studying for the extra, I was doing really, really well on a practice test. But there was a group of questions that would throw me every time. And I just, you know, I never really could get a lock on that handful of questions. And so I figured if I can draw whatever test, the random test that you draw, if I can draw one that doesn't have those questions, I'm going to ace this thing. No worries at all. And, you know, the first questions in each one of those groups that came up for me were the ones I had so much trouble with. But I was able to get by anyway. It's just like, you know, when you go to the doctor, Ed, do you know what grade your doctor got in school?
No.
You don't know if he was ahead of his class. You don't know if he scraped by the skin of his teeth. But he's a doctor.
Well, it reminds me.
Or she.
Or she, yeah. I have a niece in New York who said, what do you call the number 1 doctor in class? Doctor. And what do you call the last doctor in the medical class? Doctor.
That's right. Let's break. So the same is true with your amateur radio test. You're either going to pass or you're not. So once you've passed the test, whatever level of test you've taken, you are a technician.
That's right.
You're not a first-rate technician. You're not a scrape and buy technician. You're just a technician. And when you pass the general, then you're a general. And when you pass the extra, you might be the top of your class, and you might be like me, but you're still an extra.
And that's right. The tests, all the tests are doing is validating that you have the minimum level of knowledge that's required to be a ham radio operator in whatever class.
Imagine that.
So whether you meet that and you're a general or a technician or an extra, or you greatly exceed that, you're still going to be the same, and it doesn't matter. You've got the experience and the knowledge that you need to get on the air reliably and do the right thing.
Well, and here's where the real education comes in, right? So once you've passed whatever level of test you've taken, let's just talk for technician, for example. Once you've passed that, then the real education starts. Just imagine how much we've learned since we started doing the Friday Night Challenge. Okay, two-way radio is cool, but the Friday Night Challenge elevates our experience and our knowledge from being an appliance operator where we can push to talk and we can talk on a radio through a repeater to just about anybody. But when we go into the Simplex Challenge, now we've elevated ourselves from just being your basic appliance operator, two-way radio numbskull, to having really an expert level of radio skills to be able to figure out, okay, my radio works in the front yard, but it does not work in the backyard. My radio works really well at the gas station, but not at the pharmacy. And you know, these are things that we start plugging into. Why is that? Why does it work better at the gas station than at the pharmacy? So once you start understanding what affects your radio signal and how that signal propagates and things like that, man, that's this GMRS stuff that we do gets you halfway there to being a technician by default. You're gaining so much knowledge just from the practice. And the same is true once you become a technician.
That's right.
The things that you can do as a technician are going to elevate your skill set and your knowledge just by practice. And there's so many things you can do as a technician that I mean, the gates are just wide open. You can talk to the space shuttle, the space station, the shuttle. We haven't had one of those in a minute. You can talk to the space station. You can talk to satellites. You can bounce your signal off of satellites and talk to people, 3-4 states away.
EME is my favorite. EME, Earth, Moon, Earth.
Oh,
As
yeah.
a ham, you can point your antenna at the moon. You can bounce your signal off the moon and back. That to me, that's just awesome.
Let's break. And there's just no end. I went to a forum at the at Hamcation once, and the forum was about amateur radio astronomy. And so one of the things that we do in amateur radio astronomy is we take old dish network dishes in the LNB, and we connect that equipment to something like an SDR. And now we have the ability to see a really wide spectrum of signals. And if we connect our station to other Earth stations that are using the same hardware and software, now we have a phased array. And so as an amateur radio astronomer, you can have a dish with a greater effective area than Arecibo dish had when it was in operation. Imagine that. A bunch of backyard boneheads with old broken down dish network dishes, and being able to collectively have a massive phased array radio telescope.
That's amazing.
It's stuff that we can do in amateur radio. And in fact, you don't even need an amateur license to engage in radio astronomy because you're just receiving.
Oh, but then you can't talk to the aliens.
Well, you can when they get here. And I nominate Ed. All right, let's break. And where are we at? Who's next?
Let's see. We have, I believe the next one on the list is Rome 36. Jeffrey, any thoughts or ideas or plans for the holidays?
Rome 36. Where is that? There he is.
51, line 51.
Do we already talk with Stephen?
Yes, I called out. He wasn't there.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving on. He's the last one. We got Denise, but she's watching on the TV.
All right.
Hi, Denise. Like Carol Burnett used to do.
Well, now you can tell.
Okay. No. I think my wife, Atlanta 558, is listening on YouTube, so she can probably hear, and like Carol Burnett used to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, let me go ahead and acknowledge this last round of YouTube check-ins that we've got. We've got Atlanta 104, Brian in Social Circle. We have Atlanta 355, Damon in Canton. We have WRXD 340, David in Wichita. We have WRQE 398 from Hayesville, Kansas. I believe that would be R. Ferguson. I don't remember for sure, but I think that's right. Glad to have you along tonight. We've got Atlanta 379, Scott in Sandy Creek, New York. We have Atlanta 364, Bruce in Waleska. Atlanta 745, Randy in Sugar Hill. And Dallas 69, Brett in Hiram are our YouTube check-ins at this time. And I believe that is current. We've got, I didn't see the call sign for family and kids, but he's made a number of comments about CB Radio and GMRS, and please check change FCC. I'm not sure what he's trying to say there, but we want to just go ahead and acknowledge you in the chat. Our typical chat readers and staff that we would use for Net Night tonight are absent, and I'm just making it up as I go along. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I act like someone who does on the radio.
Well, we're trying to make it look good. It may not be there, but our apologies if you checked in on YouTube and we haven't announced you. It's in here. We'll get
Yeah.
We'll find it eventually.
I think so, and I think that Ed does make us look good. If you agree, make a comment in the YouTube chat and let us know what you think about Ed serving as net control tonight. Did a great job, by the way. You've been picking up the chatter and.
No. I have quite a ways to go to come up to your levels.
Hey, everybody on YouTube, hit the like button for Ed.
Yeah,
like
for Ed. Not for me or Rogers, just for Ed.
No, but
right.
not for me, but for the overall good. Please hit that like if you like what you're hearing and seeing, and subscribe if you hadn't, and push that notification button so that you can be updated anytime we have new on the air in case you missed it. You'll be alerted. So go ahead and do that. And, of course, comments are always welcome.
Absolutely. So, I have tried to keep up with a lot of the comments, but I'll tell you, and they're on the YouTube channel. If you have comments about your holiday travel plans, go ahead and plug those in as well, because that's the big adventure, right? How many times have you loaded up in the car with your brothers and sisters and your mom and dad to make that trek, whether it's across town or whether it's 3 states away? I remember as a kid, I think I must have been, let me break. I must have been 10 or 12 years old. And my mom is from Rapid City, South Dakota. And so we kind of at the last minute decided that we're all going to Rapid City, South Dakota. Well, my brother had a girlfriend, and he didn't want to go. He couldn't stand the thought of being away from his girlfriend for a week and a half while we were in South Dakota. So kind of at the last minute, we talked my brother into going. And my brother decided that he was going to go because he was going to sneak his girlfriend along with us.
Oh.
So, and that happened. She came along, and my dad had just purchased a diesel pickup truck in the mid-'80s. This would have been 83, I think, 82 or 83. Just bought this diesel pickup truck. It got so cold on the way out there that going down the road, that truck gelled up in motion.
Oh, wow.
It gelled up, and we stalled out on the side of the interstate. We were able to walk to a hotel and check in I don't even remember what town it was. We were in South Dakota. It was so cold that my dad had one of those fiberglass cargo boxes on top of the pickup truck cap, and there was a bottle of Jim Beam in that container, and it was slush. It had turned to slush. I'd never seen a whiskey bottle turn in. It looked like one of those Coke Freezies. That was pretty incredible.
So it must have been really cold.
It was really, really cold.
Oh, man.
But we were able to get into a hotel and spent a couple days. Spent Christmas in a hotel, and arrived in Rapid City a few days later after the truck thawed out. But it was quite the Christmas holiday adventure, and it all turned out good. But man, we could have been a completely different story. Family freezes to death on Interstate 80 in middle of South Dakota. So it when it gets cold up there, it gets really cold. That's one of the reasons I'm so happy to be in Georgia, because when it gets cold in Georgia, it's cold, but it's nothing like it is in the Great White North.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
And I've been up to D.C., New York. That cold, it's just a different kind of cold.
It is.
And it kind of sticks to your bones.
It does.
Bone chill.
It really does. And that's one thing to go visit there, but when you live there and you get acclimated to that, there's just a certain amount of misery that carries with you all the time. So that's one of the things that pleases me the most about being here is wintertime. No matter how cold it gets here, it's so short compared to what we have up there, and it won't last long. And we get these really nice Indian summers every other week or every 2 weeks where you just, it's just terrible up there.
Oh, just look at this last week. We were in 20-degree weather, 28-degree weather, and then I think today it hit 67.
Right. That's break. So, all right. Well, that is the end of the roster. So, that being the case, do you think we should take one last round of late check-ins or any questions or comments? Or should we just go ahead and roll it up and call it a night?
No, I think they've been a good audience tonight. Let's go ahead and
we'll
take some more comments.
We'll see if anybody has any comments. So let's do that. Net Control standing by for any late check-ins, any questions or comments. Let's hear them.
Pamela's got to have a comment.
Yeah. Pamela always has the last word.
Yeah. Did she check in or check
Yeah, she
in
did.
and out?
Well, she checked in and out. So
Okay.
we, and maybe she's just busy. And we're earlier than usual, so she might not expect us to be wrapping up this early.
This is?
Here we go. We get one more.
This is Atlanta 194, WSGX 490. Please check in and thumbs up for Ed. Great night. Thanks.
Did you catch that?
490.
490?
Yeah.
That is not what I heard at all.
Really?
All right, Atlanta 490, Brad. Did I get that correct?
He was on an HT, so he's got to make sure he keep the antenna vertical. Oh, maybe I misheard.
I'm guessing I didn't get that correct. Last station, can you come back with your check-in? Your signal was washing in and out, and right at the moment when you said your TAC number, you washed out, and so I missed it. So if you can come back with that nice and loud with your name and your TAC number, please.
Hi, this is Scott from Atlanta 194, WSGX 490, late check-in. And hello and thumbs up to Ed.
That was not it. That was someone else. But
No, I think that was our guy.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, Scott. That was much better that time. Almost full quiet. So whatever you did differently between that first transmission and the second one, worlds and worlds of difference. So we've got you in. I think you wanted to be in and out, but we got your thumbs up for Ed, and thanks for that comment. Glad to have you along tonight. Any additional questions, comments, late check-ins? Net Control standing by. One last time.
This is WSFH 294, Gainesville 420. Late check-in, check-out. Great net, you guys.
Any more?
Oh, it's Nick in Oakwood.
Got you, Nick. All right, looks like that's all we're going to get.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. All right, we're at Gainesville 420. Nick in Oakwood, in and out. So that brings us to the end of our roster. The log is a mess tonight. So Mike would be very disappointed in my logging performance. But since he's not here, I'm going to make him clean it up when he comes back. I don't know that this log is going to pass the audit. What do you think?
I think it'll squeak by.
Well, it shows 68, but I know that we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 that are kind of like, we heard something, 4 that we heard something, but we didn't really complete it. So I think a fair number is going to be 64.
I would agree.
Does that seem reasonable?
It's close enough for government
All
work.
right. Close enough for government work. I like it. There it is. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to say this concludes the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. Tonight we had a total of 64 chickens, including net control. We will now be returning the repeaters back to normal use. Everyone who signed in should sign out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, comments on YouTube video shows engagement with the video and helps the channel grow. Tune in next week on any North Georgia GMRS linked repeater or on YouTube live stream when we talk about, what are we talking about next week?
Oh, I don't know.
Let me look.
It'll be something good.
Well, it'll either be something good or what we usually talk about. So next week we're talking about Black Friday gift ideas for radio nerds.
Very timely.
What do you think?
Very timely topic.
I have a whole list of things.
You have a list of Christmas wish items?
Just in general.
Yeah.
It can be Christmas. It can be next week, the week after. I'll take
Next
it.
week. I'll take it. All right. You know what I would like for Christmas? Is I would like for this 18 terabyte drive to actually work. I can't seem to get any of the computers to recognize it.
Oh, but speaking of tech, you have any kind of update on that great battery that you got for a great price? I've got mine. It's been working fine for me.
You put it in service?
Yeah.
So mine is still disassembled on the bench in the shop. I need to, because when I took it apart, I accidentally cut a wire. It's a simple repair. It'll take longer for the soldering iron to warm up than it will to actually make the solder joint that needs to happen. So it's a simple repair. But the project that I have in mind for that battery is basically it's not an ammo can, but it is a go box in a bucket.
Well, mine has been working fine. I'm going to take it with me when I go to the cabin.
Okay.
And use that as my power source. So I'm looking forward to Black Friday deals on mesh gear and maybe some additional batteries to add to my collection.
Oh, fantastic. We'll save all of those ideas for next week. And if you're available, we'll make a chair available for you. And so if you can come back next week, how many people out there would rather have Ed as net control than Justin? Rogers has got his hand up.
No.
Tony 1150 said, "Check me in, guys."
Oh, there he is. All right, we're going to add
1150.
Tony to the net, to the YouTube log. So thanks for that, Tony. I'll do that here in just a minute. But yeah, so next week we're going to talk about Christmas, Black Friday gifts, and stuff for radio nerds.
So it'll be November 20th.
All right.
And
Well,
850 as well.
all right, I'll get them both added into the log.
We got you guys.
And
Appreciate it.
of course, we're too late for me to get in there where you can see it, but I'm going to get it in there. 1150 and 850. Hang on. Thanks for allowing us to serve as your net control this evening. Good night, everyone. This is Atlanta 946 WQYR 514. My name is Justin.
And my name is Ed, WRQ G806, Atlanta 557.
What a great radio voice.
Oh, yeah. And this is WSAL 368, Atlanta 263. My name is Rogers.
We are North Georgia GMRS Network.
And we are clear.
Good night, folks.
Good night.
Thank you.